Now on to the 2025 GMC Canyon, and it's been all new and redesigned, and this portion of the program is brought to us by Chevy Buick GMC of Attleboro in Attleboro, Massachusetts. Now, the GMC Canyon and its counterpart, the Chevy Colorado, have been with us for a very long time now and have been wonderful, reliable, and helpful pickup trucks in the midsize pickup truck segment. Think of something the size of like a Dodge Dakota, Ford Ranger, things like that. And I've got to tell you, the 2025 redesign of the Canyon, I've seen there's a lot of trucks out there. I think it is one of the best, burliest, and most cool looking midsize pickup trucks on the road, and I'm going to tell you about it. So it comes in all kinds of specifications. You can get it in an off-road spec, you can kind of get it in a base spec, you can get it in Denali, so it's super fancy, nice grille, big wheels, and we're going to go over all those things. I just think it looks spectacular. Now, when you put this together in a certain trim level, you can tow up to 7,700 pounds. We have best-in-class standard gas engine torque and a standard 310 horsepower TurboMax engine. Now, on the AT4, which is kind of the off-road one, you can get the off-road suspension package that has advanced hill descent control and all kinds of goodies. So if we go down here, the elevation is your standard. That gets you the digital screens, the 18-inch wheels with all-terrain tires, the high-definition rear-view camera, blind zone, steering assist with trailering, and optional outside heated power mirrors. Now, if we move up to the AT4, that's kind of the more off-road oriented vehicle. So that gets you an automatic locking rear differential, super useful off-road if you've ever been off-roading, and a 2-speed auto-track transfer case. Then you have your drive mode selector and a multi-stow tailgate system, which I think is really neat. And then the Denali, as we kick up here, that is the fanciest and danciest of the Canyon models. That gets the jet black interior with teak accents like you would get on a fancy sailboat, and a 6.3-inch diagonal multicolor head-up display, which is really neat, high definition surround sound vision, wireless charging, and a special 20-inch wheel. So right now, if we go down here, of course you can get it in a bunch of great colors. I would go with black, red, or blue personally. And there are a bunch of really neat packages you can get with the AT4, which is the off-road. Look at these really neat wheels. We've got some Goodyear Wrangler tires here and over here. 3-inch factory lift, 33-inch tires with 17-inch wheels. We move up to this one, you get the 35-inch Goodyear Wrangler Territory MT tires, which I can personally say have been great tires for me on my vehicle. And then the Nightfall edition, which is really cool. That gets you the rocker protectors, the 20-inch wheels, the bed-mounted sports bar. That's the neat one, like back when they had in the 90s on the side that looks really cool. They'd mount all the lights too. I've always thought it was a cool look. And I think that's a really cool feature. So you can pretty much option this truck exactly how you want to. And I think in any orientation or however you want to get the vehicle, I just think it looks mean and purposeful, and I really like the way they look on the road. They have a great stance. So if we go down to capability here, the TurboMax engine, which I hinted at before, 310 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. That's huge for a mid-sized truck, and like I said, it can tow up to 7,700 pounds. We talked briefly about the four-wheel drive modes, so you can use that, and there's a Baja mode available on the AT4X package. We have an actual shifter, drive modes, parking. We have our rear locker here and our hazards, which are nice and easy to get to, which is something I always mention. And then the off-road suspension with the factory lift and ultra-wide track. And I also really like those dark wheels. Just because it's a truck doesn't mean it doesn't have technology. It's a beautiful interior. The upper models have heated and cooled seats, dual zone climate control, push button start. We have a beautiful digital display, which is even easy to read in the sun, as I found out. And you have a bunch of, if you're trailering anything, it has a suite of things to help you hook up to your trailer and drive carefully with it. So we go down here, you can have up to 10 camera views, so you can navigate tight trails or move your trailer with confidence, which is always great, with those 10 available views that you can see right in your screen right in the center. And if you go with the off-road display, this gives you maximum G, your steering angle, what your transfer case is doing, and you can control everything from right here and on your drive mode selector next to your shifter. Come on, how cool does that look? I really like the bull bar on the front here, the front end, I like the red paint, the rock sliders, Goodyear Territory MT tires. It's just a really rugged looking truck, and it looks very at home out there in the field. Now the interior is completely updated. This is the AT4X, the off-road model. You have your drive mode select down here. It tells you your tire pressures, digital display, power windows, heated and cooled seats, all the goodies, and of course we have toggle switches. What's cooler than toggle switches? They're the best. I love those. They're right mounted down here. Can you tell I like toggle switches? You can get the Bose stereo, the fancy Denali seats with those teak inserts. By the way, if you haven't seen one of these, go check one out at the dealership. The interior on the Denali is far out. It's great. And of course it has really premium materials. This isn't a truck from 20 years ago or even 30 years ago. It really sounds, feels, and drives like a luxury vehicle. Of course, the Canyon has safety and driver assistance technologies for both being in parking lots, blind zone, rear cross traffic alert, which we've talked about before, the beautiful interior and the beautiful exterior. So if you think this is as neat as I do, make sure to check one out on GMC's website, gmc.com, and then go right over to Chevy Buick GMC of Attleboro and take one for a test drive and see if you like it as much as I do. I guarantee you will.